Hi everyone, my name is Faisal Javaid. I'm the head of investment risk at a division of a large asset management company. I have had to think about quite a few fish out of water moments I've had during my career, but they largely overlap with people that have already spoken during this campaign. So what I thought I'd do is pick on a slightly different example, which I should make it clear happened at a previous employer, so not where I'm working now. It is quite a long time ago, so November 2008, I was quite a junior bod in the risk team I was working in at the time within a bank, and on the TV monitors around the floor, they were just breaking the news of the Mumbai terror attacks, which they were reporting was being conducted by an Islamist terror group. So on seeing this news, one of the more senior members of my team, a manager of mine, he stood up and quite loudly joked across the floor, "Faisal, why don't you tell your brothers to sort their beep out?" And then disappeared off for lunch. Now, I didn't really know how to react in the moment, but what felt like a minute or two later, I noticed quite a lot of eyeballs on me from other people that had heard this comment. It was quite loud, and were now staring at me. And the sort of shock that he'd said this had begun to hit me. I felt pretty powerless to do anything about this. He was my superior, a lot more senior than me. I was very new to that team. The slightly weird thing, he's also a Muslim guy, and the ironic thing is we actually used to really get on, and I was a little bit surprised that he thought this was acceptable to say on the floor. So I didn't do anything about this, and I guess on some level I still sort of regret that. I think it's easy in hindsight to say I should have escalated that, which is probably not the way I'd want to go, but maybe I should have pulled him aside and had a chat and said, that's not acceptable. The other thing I come back to is I'm not the only person that heard that comment. There were lots of other people on the floor who also heard it. Now, if I'm 25-year-old me, I'm probably not brave enough to address this kind of thing to a superior, but one of the other people around could have pulled him aside. And I think that's really the takeaway for me. So I'm now one of those slightly more experienced people on the floor, and if I heard something like this being said to a junior on the floor, I'd want to address that immediately and grab that person, pull them into a room and tell them that's not acceptable. So I think the takeaway really is that there is a responsibility on the people that are more experienced to call out things like this, and it shouldn't be on the junior person to bring it up if this has happened in front of a lot of people. So that is my fish out of water story, and thank you very much for listening.